when we started off 7 years ago, our focus was on real-time retargeting based on TV segments that we had. Now, in the digital space, you have an ROI at the impression level. And about 4 years back, we started working with brands and agencies where we were looking at national campaigns, and then the ROI was at a campaign level nationally. What we realized was that there was a blind spot where the local market was specifically just ratings based, and it was almost a $29.5 billion market where there was no ROI. And we felt that this was a greenfield opportunity for us, and that's why we started looking at how we could assist broadcasters in using our platform as a sales tool when they talk to their local clients.
So tell us about what the arrangement means with CBS, with their stations, and what you guys will bring to their sales team.
Absolutely. Very excited about this opportunity to work with the CBS O&O stations. CBS has entered into an agreement with Alphonso to roll out our Alphonso platform to all of their 17 markets across the United States. And what this means is that the station account executives, sales folks who work directly with the local advertisers in these markets will be able to utilize the Alphonso TV data to show their local advertisers real-time attribution leading from exposure to their creatives that are playing out on the stations to website or location attribution.
So could you explain the toolkit that you guys have? And in other words, what ACR means in terms of what Alphonso has in terms of the scope of the data that you can really process?
Sure. So the way that we look at it, TV data, consider it in terms of two pieces: what's airing on TV and who's watching what's airing on TV. The first piece, which is about what's airing on TV, is based on a proprietary video AI algorithm where we are monitoring various broadcast stations in different markets as well as 200 plus cable networks. And the video AI algorithm is automatically able to pick up creatives that are playing on various shows on various networks and stations and be able to catalog it, build something what I like to call a TV guide of ads. Now, if there was a particular local creative that played in, let's say, Baltimore during 5:30 p.m. local news, it's very likely that that same local creative also plays on a competing station at the 7:30 p.m. news or the 7:30 p.m. show. Now, the way for Alphonso to be able to detect this is based on video AI algorithms and fingerprinting technology that identifies the creative being played at 5:30 p.m. On one station in Baltimore, and then later at 7:30 p.m. In a competing station, for example. The video AI algorithm includes what we call ACR, or automated content recognition, that helps us build this database of what's airing on TV. And that's just the first piece of it.
So tell us about sort of the broader use of Alphonso beyond local, but on a national scale.
Sure. So now as we look at what's airing on TV and we built this catalog of local advertisers in various markets, we are live in 32 different markets right now. We are also monitoring 200 plus cable networks, and we are picking up creatives that are part of a national campaign. Now, as those creatives are playing out, we are picking them up on cable networks, building this TV catalog of ads on cable networks. Now, when an advertiser or an agency or a brand comes and works with Alphonso, what they would like to see is not just how their creative was performing on the network in terms of spend, in terms of the resonance that the creative has with the audience that they're working, and what are their competitors doing, right? I could be a QSR or I could be an automotive tier one advertiser. What is my competitor doing on the various networks during various day parts? They want that information first. Secondly, what they're looking for is what is the ROI that the audience that they're targeting on these various cable networks are able to achieve. So again, for them, what's important is I'm doing a buy on these various networks. What is the ROI for it? Can I improve my ROI based on the analytics that Alphonso can provide? So it's including linear TV, which we are using our TV catalog of ads, and then our viewership information because of our relationship with various TV OEMs, we're able to identify households that were exposed to the ad and conversions that are happening from those households.
And can you expand a little bit on the other local markets you guys are in, and what the roadmap is around local?
Sure. So we are in 32 markets currently. The way that we approach this is because of our relationship with broadcasters. They set us a priority of which markets we should go and start monitoring. If it was left to us, we would go and monitor all 210 markets, but then it wouldn't be a very effective solution if nobody's using it. So we kind of rely on the broadcasters to tell us which markets they want us to monitor. So right now we are at 32. Our goal is to expand to 50 plus markets by beginning of next year as we expand our relationships with other broadcasters.